I'm here, mate.
Hi. Welcome back to the facility. We are back with another session of Abiotic Factor. So we have completed the tutorial. We built our character last time. We've just seen this gentleman get absolutely murdered by a big alien. And we're now walking straight into danger. What's up, mate?
Look, I don't know what's going on.
It's a lot of peas.
Tell me squat on a good day, and this isn't a good day. But if the big voice says, get out, I'd do what she says.
Hi.
Elevators are dead, so head for the main tunnel in manufacturing on level 2. There's maps over there. But me, I'm staying right here.
Fair enough.
Reckon I'm leaving here? I don't think so. Radio's dead, half the doors are buggered, and now there's these little hoppy things everywhere. You're on your own.
Fair enough.
But if anything you like turns up, come see me for a trade.
Alright. What have you got to trade, mate? Peas and an employee locator. So peas, they're useful in a few recipes. Employee locator, if you're playing solo, it's handy, but I really wouldn't recommend filling up a trinket slot with it. Emails. This damn facility. Power sockets are on a timer. I was working on mass dampeners and the place just shut down. You know those have to run for hours. I have to start all over. Oh, excuse me. Just keep an eye on your wristwatch. Don't start a task you can't finish before the facility power goes out. The hell were you working at midnight anyway? Get some rest. Can't afford to make mistakes. So what have we got? We got another little toolbox with a hammer. That is a new tool. We can use that to repair things and take like furniture apart. So it's a really nice way of getting some construction experience. I'm just going to check some of these bins because the plastic scrap is actually going to be very, very helpful. Let's get my buttons mixed up. I always wind up picking everything up when I should be putting it away. Right, well, before we dive any deeper, these are materials that we're going to find anyway as we're going, so not too worried about dropping them off. So this is just a handy little room, couple of little pests, some free early experience. If you're going to get hit on a shield. You get more experience that way. Is he just not seeing me?
Dr. Derek Mance reporting. Research Director, Gate Cascade Research Facility. Originating in Antiverse 2, IS-171 is a stationary, sessile entity that traps its food with a retractable tentacle. The experience of being caught is rather like being attacked by an angry pizza.
Angry
pizza.
pizza.
No real threat, but leaves an enduring, not entirely unpleasant smell on anything it touches. Suggestions for possible
that smells nice.
Include perfume, industrial scents, and olfactory-based crowd control weapons.
Well, fair enough. That's a little bit dark. Let's see if I can turn the gamma up. Yeah, that's a bit better. We've got a water cooler, so we're actually going to just take that. I could set a base in here. There's only the one socket there, so it's a little bit meh. Crack open the filing cabinet, so we'll just unlock the recipe for a makeshift chest plate. It's very unlikely we're going to be able to break one of these down. Nah, fair enough. They are handy as like early game storage solutions, so they're worth looking at. Alright, let me drop some things off. So we've got the bins. I'm actually going to just use them as like food storage at the minute because it keeps things a little bit away from me. Which seems a bit weird because I'm going to like start eating stuff out of the trash, but you know. It just adds flavour, you see. We'll keep that in here. Just because it's handy to have access to some clean water near where you're working. Cupboard, I want to take that down. Keeping a clean inventory is the secret to a happy life. Our knife is broken, so we shan't be using that. We can repair the coffee table. There we go. Womp. So we've got 2 ways to go here, but everything is just through the offices. So we could head up there. What I would recommend is we leave that bit for later. This stairway is the easier option. We can head around that way, but I don't think there's much we can do down this side just for now. Fairly certain this just leads to a security door we can't open. Oh, we do have Grayson. Hello, Grayson.
Soldiers came through. They locked down manufacturing. Wanted information about the silos on level 3.
On level 3?
They weren't gatekeepers. They were something else. I couldn't tell them anything.
Good man.
But if you can find a power cell, we can use a forklift to open the door.
Okay.
Get out of here through the surface tunnel.
Sounds like a plan. Now, this is something you can do with Grayson that you might not know, but if you have a bandage in your hand, you can heal him up.
Thank you. I mean it. I just need a moment. I'll be good, yeah?
You're welcome, buddy.
Thank you. I mean it.
There's not really anything else that we can do here. I suppose we could fall into that pit of death.
I'll be good, yeah?
But early game again, like just smash things up, pick things up, make sure you're getting yourself some delicious resources. Sometimes it's worth checking the bins. So this game is very much a resource gatherer whilst making that progression. Take your time and follow it through, because when you're playing with people that have played through it before, they know where everything is and what to do. But if you're playing on your own or playing in like a smaller group, just take your time. Learn the facility, see where things are, because it makes it a much more enjoyable experience as well. Did I grab the pens off here? No, I did not. I'm going to want them. Pens are going to be like gold dust eventually. So we've already filled our pockets with crap. So again, straight away, back down, clear out some inventory. The knife might be broken, but I can still use it to carve up corpses, which is nice. And we can actually... I got the glue on me still? I do. So as you can see, we've gone and done a little bit of exploration. We're starting to find some new resources as we're going around. It's like a whiteboard sign, I think. Makeshift screwdriver, you can use that instead of a screwdriver. Not that you'll ever need to, because the screwdrivers have no durability. Pipe club. But it's not an amazing weapon, but it's a weapon. So we're going to make us one of those. Makeshift chest plate is made out of a filing cabinet, cloth and duct tape, I believe. Yeah, so we need a fair bit of basic resources, but it's actually a decent little bit of armor. That was a nasty noise, I didn't like that. But there are some fantastic, scary, like, ambience sounds in this game. It's brilliant. We're going to keep the chair leg, because we'll use that for another tool soon. Alright, let's quick deposit stuff. And then if we've still got junk in our pockets, we manually dump it. Lovely. Oh, we've got that anethiol. Anethiol, is that it? Yeah. Anethiol? Yeah, I don't know. I never heard it said. We are dirty, which means that if we get bleeds, we can get poorly. So we want to make sure that we are keeping ourselves clean. Let's wash our buns. And then we shall delve deeper into the office sector. So we'll have a little bit of a look over that way soon. But I just want to head this way first. Always worth a quick check just to see if anything weird or nasty has spawned in certain areas just before you get your giblets eaten. Email terminal. Office supply crossbows. That's fun. Bad bots. Your security bots are a menace. They don't seem to distinguish employees at all. And whose idea was it to get them to restock the soda machines? understand the goal, but there's a ton of valuable equipment in them that would have been a lot more useful elsewhere. Moira, why are you telling me this? I'm not in charge of security or procurement. If you're serious, try Anderson. He okayed the Wakeman project and I never had any problems with the boss. Stay out of the halls when we shut down for the night, like you're supposed to. Let them do their job, we're making valuable strides here. That's just talking about these bots. It basically just lets us know that these come out at night and cause trouble. And just some paper in the trash, I'm not going to pick that up. Although I will take the stapler. And I will take the desk phone, because the desk phone is very useful. Oh. Got some meds, but we've also got a pest there. I would really, really recommend, if possible, taking some time to train your sneak and stuff early. It's painful, but the sooner you get good at it, the better. Grab these phones, because phones are a godsend. And there we go, standing lamp. I want that. So now we can make a spear. We can actually use our broken knife for that, I think, and that should basically give us like a second wind on it. Another flashlight. Can't do anything with them. But we can use them in some little upgrades later, so they are still worth grabbing. They're just not the most important. You see, we can't use this elevator just yet. You cut through here, there's usually... Yeah, there we are. The pest in here. Just remember, it takes a second for your shield to come up and actually be active, so... like... quick blocking and stuff is often risky, especially if you're on a server with a little bit of ping. Dr. Mans!
Dr. Derek Mans reporting, Research Director. We now believe IS-171, or the Carbuncle, as Peters was calling it, is the larval form of IS-173, and almost certainly 178. Dr. Pendleton speculates there may also be a fourth state we have not yet encountered. I believe she may be correct. If this is correct, it's an extraordinary shift in our understanding.
Okay. So that's basically just suggesting that a lot of the enemies that we see are all, like, linked to each other. Even if you can't pick up an item, you can still investigate it, and that'll give you the recipes associated, including checking out the soil bag to get the recipes for garden plots. Alright, there's nothing in here, and this is why we didn't bother making a makeshift backpack, because we've just got a real one. And that's given us another line of pockets. Check the lockers. It's usually the same loot in them, like rubber bands, money, paper, and cloth. That one actually had a helmet in it. Sweet! Karate! Now we can channel our inner SpongeBob. The money is awesome. How many bucks are we up to? 15. Nice. And we'll just grab what we can from around here. So the karate helmet and the backpack, brilliant, brilliant little items just to get us started. Grab these water coolers because those are going to be very helpful. Okay, so we are actually up. You can see our weight, our carry weight there is in the red. That's sort of like pink salmon. Hello, Dr. Shepard.
I thought this might be a safe place to wait until they sorted this out. Whatever this is.
Love, I think your top lip is stuck to your bottom jaw. That's kind of terrifying.
In the plaza said to go through manufacturing, then head for the surface tunnel, I suppose. But that's a whole sector away. If they think I'm walking all that way through their toxic machine shops, they can think again.
Yeah, your lips are stuck together. Someone messed up on that model. Yeah, another backpack, another couple of bits and pieces. Keyboard, we'll take that. And that's our pockets full again. It's in the filing cabinet. Not really. Let's... We're not going to need the Anethial for an awful lot. And I'll probably regret dropping it, but let's do that. We'll see if we can pick up this filing cabinet. No, we broke it. Fair enough. Yeah, you can see, because our carry weight is in that sort of salmon, we are gaining strength experience as we walk. So that's one of the early game ways to level up strength a little bit, is to just carry too much. I think it wears you out a little bit. I think it does make you tired. Don't quote me on that, but that is just my speculation. And it's a handy little way just to start getting a couple of points. You're going to be sprinting everywhere regardless. So sprinting is never really an issue. What am I doing? I'm coming over here and I'm making a spear. So we've got access to a platform cart. I don't know why they make you do the invention thing for ones where it is just 4 ingredients. Because it's like, oh wow, I really had to solve a puzzle there. It's just an earthquake, it's fine, it's okay, we'll all be safe. Armor stands, very, very useful. Base defenses, Choppinator. I love the Choppinator. Yes, pipes? Yeah, so we'll probably look to make one of them soon. Crossbow, stapler, rubber band, wood, and plastic parts, I think. Yes. So we'll be making one of these pretty shortly. Spear is a knife, a lamp, a phone for some reason, and some duct tape holding it all together. Because it's basically using the phone handle as like a grip, which I think is an interesting way of doing it. But yeah, that's just basically turned our knife into a full durability tool, which is pretty cool. We're quite overweight because we're carrying all this water. And again, let's just keep dropping stuff off and making sure that we're not overloaded. We'll grab the stuff to make the crossbow. So we'll make that. Crossbow is a brilliant, brilliant item. I would strongly recommend making it as one of your first weapons because it's gonna level up a lot of skills that you wouldn't necessarily think of. Bag of soil is poo and bioscrap, so we can make our own soil at some point. Fishing pole, we'll get the resource to make a fishing pole. It is actually surprisingly useful for food early game as well. Right. Yeah, so normally like your bolts would stack up to, what is it? It's like 16 or something. But no, it's 20, isn't it? Because we've got it on the ×3. And it just means that we can carry a little bit more ammunition. We're a little bit less constrained. Whether or not that's okay is up to you, but for me, I just feel like the game flows a lot better if you're able to just use the tools. It's 4 PM. We're not actually that tired, so you can see we've got a little yawn icon in the bottom left. So our character is sleepy, but it's not actually causing us any negative debuffs or anything at this point. That's a window. I can't walk through windows. Right. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep exploring. We're going to keep gathering things. Got another water cooler. I'm not going to bother picking that one up. This is a guaranteed filing cabinet. Like, the game makes sure that you can pick that one up, which is phenomenal. And you know what? I'll try and keep my flashlight out just to make it a bit easier for you guys as well. If I wind up having to increase the gamma in editing, I'll do that, but we'll see where we get to. Obviously, if you've got any feedback, please drop that down in the comments. Let's take that lamp as well, actually.
Dubbed by one of my puero co-workers, is more intelligent than it first seemed. In fact, it grows smarter and more capable over the course of its life cycle, before morphing into the later life cycle phase. Dr. Manbanco even managed to teach it a few simple tricks, with only minor burns, I believe.
Fair enough. You're right, bud.
Well, I knew this would happen. Ever since Varenkov's team took over Silo 3, you couldn't get a single power cell after that. Now look, they're precious antiverses, totally out of control.
Okay. We've got a terminal here. What's in the emails? You need to take this one seriously. Retrieved IS 0178 from A2 and it nearly killed us. It needs full crucis containment, or anyone interacting with it will need impact shielding at the very least. So that's a peccary. Connected specimens. Kathy, I'm glad to report that we've made some progress with 173. The little bouncing fellow. Couldn't get near it at first. The thing wouldn't sit still. Not to mention the spikes. Hey, Isaiah, how did you manage it? I've been forced to work with dead specimens. Incidentally, autopsy suggested the second stage on the life cycle of a metamorphic creature, starting with 171. I begin to wonder if it's possible that all the A2 specimens are connected. Very interesting theory. I mentioned the problem was having to Varsha in manufacturing. She went away and rigged up a kind of trap that holds the little critters in place. And went to a barbecue on the dam in Hydro Plant. Those blue suits can party. Those great sausages. One of the hydrologists made them, said they were really easy. Just don't ask what's in them. That's how you get the recipe for peccary sausages, which is... It's also another really nice food source and is involved in some of the best, like, just filling items in the game. Right, can I just get back up there if I jump on the computer? So with this, remember that it's not necessarily, like, immediately obvious that you can do this. But if you ever played, like, Half-Life, crouch jumping was a big thing where it was like you pull your legs up as you get into the shafts. Because your character basically, like, their legs move up, not your body moving down. Very, very helpful for getting into tight spaces that you might not otherwise be able to get into. Hard hat. That is going to be better than my karate hat. Gives me some bonus construction XP and an extra point of armor, which I'm never going to turn down. Take the glue and stuff. We don't need the toolbox. We don't need anything else. Not well taking those pipes. And this has led us back behind here. And there's like another way up to the vents up that way. Is it the vents up there? Let's have a look. If you can't quite make a jump, just crouch as you jump. Oh hell yeah, this is the alternate way up into the executive area. I didn't even realise that. Well, we've got an anvil. There's usually a peccary in it. Like, not peccary, a pest. Yeah, there he is. Oop. We can only carry one anvil. They don't stack. Have I got anything? I don't really need the lunch tray. I'll take that, because having a couple of anvils is usually pretty handy. I hear something unpleasant stomping around.
Ugh, this damn security door.
You alright, love?
I don't understand it. The system's locked us out. But I'm not leaving without my data. I could lose everything.
Everything, you say?
I'd never get a Nobel Prize. Then
that's more important than being alive.
I worked on the security bots. Their CPUs store access codes. If we salvaged some, we could make something to hack the door. What do you think?
Okay, I've now got to kill security robots. That sounds fun and easy to do. Right, so I'm gonna scooch down this way. Oh, we are too heavy and we're tired, so we should probably get back to base, drop some materials off and settle in for a bit. Right, we are starting to get hungry. Thirst is pretty easily managed. But food in the early game is particularly difficult to just sort of keep on top of. Like, once you get agriculture going, you're well away. It's not a problem. But early game, you're going to find yourself doing a lot of hunting and a lot of cooking. So I did pick up that filing cabinet with the intention of using it to make that chest plate, but I might not right now. I might actually just use it as storage for the time being. So it'll fit quite snugly in there. It's a nice bit of construction XP too. Yeah, plenty of space in that. Right, what have we got? So tools, keypad hacker. We need to make these various components. We can make peccary sausages, which is awesome. And yeah, so we've got all the subcomponents. I do want to get another energy brick. And what do we need for... Let's get the repair station up. Coils and pipes. Have I got any more coils? No. Okay. Right, let's drop some stuff off then. Not going to worry too much about organisation because it is early game and there's not really much I can do about it. Got a pipe club. Why is it up in that slot? That feels a bit silly. And I'm actually going to, pick up a couple of these lamps because they're not connected to the power and they'll give you a little bit of light in the evenings. Right, 7 p.m. So we're just going to have a lie down quickly.
If you have not already evacuated the facility,
Yum, 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 yum.
top priority. Have a
I
wonderful
love that the game gives you just little things to do to make some of the survival mechanics mildly more engaging. It's like you've got to go to the bathroom, but there's the mini game to just sort of keep you doing stuff, as well as add a bit of tension if you're in a position where that would be an issue. You've got, like, the sleeping is just not just, going and having a nap. And the food and stuff, you still got to think about them too, so they have balanced a lot of how the systems mingle really nicely. Stuff up here usually respawns pretty quick, so I'm usually a little bit careful milling about here. But I do need to break open a couple of computers. Yeah, I'm away, office chair. And yeah, we'll probably get that portable stove set up as well sooner than later because it is very, very helpful. Have I got the recipe for a particular tool? No, I might have to go and pick up a barnacle again. Oh, that's right, I harvested it, but I didn't pick up the materials, did I? So we could go back and get that, and then we can get a tool that'll make this job a lot easier. I would really recommend, again, like, when you're playing this game, think outside the box and look at the tools that you've been given, because they give you so many options. And I know for me, I fell into the trap of just immediately running around and being an idiot. It's night time, so the security bots are going to wake up. We can still do stuff at night. It's just dark as hell. But there is something we can do actually while it's dark. Just drop all this off. Because we can now access another room because the power's turned off. So if you remember, we came through the vents earlier. Sounds like there's something a little bit big in one of those areas. Well, the carbuncle's alive again. Well, that's fine. We'll just kill it in
It's absolutely Siberian.
Yeah, it's chilly. Suck it up. There we go. We've got the idea for the vacuum. And yeah, because the power's off, the ventilation fan is no longer on. It isn't usually a peccary in here, it's usually just a pest, so I'm a bit surprised that he's here. And there's another carbuncle. Yeah, a couple of extra bullets, which is nice. We're not going to be able to use them for a good long while, though. Oh, he definitely died in a bit of a funny position. Carbuncles! You can hear them, they do that annoying squeaky noise. And they're just easy, like, sneaking experience. Usually nothing in here, but again, early game anvil if you want to grab one before you head upstairs, which is just, again, very handy. And some more ammunition, yoink. We're not going to get to use that, but again, very handy. We've got some power sockets in here, so this is another potential base place. Because you could set up crafting and stuff, have like a little bedroom in here maybe. And it's just that it's a little bit like, well, you've got that. Because I'm pretty sure that's fast travel to reactors later. But you've got power in here as well. And it means that the only way into this room is through here. So there will be raids and things later, and we can set up defenses along there just to make sure we don't get murdered. Which is pretty cool. Right, what time is it? It's 3 AM. Power comes back on at... Oh, what is it? It's like 4? Right, I want the pipe, I want the pressure gauge, I want a raw carbuncle, and I believe it's a power brick. Yeah, so we're going to need to make a couple of power bricks. Heater, what is it? It's oil, a coil, those? Or is it a fan? Fan and a pressure gauge, I guess. Bed, we make that out of a sofa, some cloth, some paper. Oh no, it's just cloth and wood, isn't it? Yeah, there we are. That's just better than a couch, and it's a respawn point, so you can set your base up wherever you want. For some of these, we'll just set up some... I'll just unlock the recipes. Might as well. Boop, boop, boop. Shock trap, that would be the infrared emitter, a coil, and a stapler, I think? No, it's power brick and a stapler. That's handy against humanoid or, well, like non-mechanical enemies. Very, very handy tool. Carbuncle hat, that is duct tape, plastic, and a carbuncle bit. So it's a little bit of armor. It looks stupid as hell. It's great fun. And you can use it to not get caught by carbuncles, which is pretty handy early. Keyboard, and is it plastic? Yes. Power's back on, so now we can start crafting some of these. Right, what did I need for my vacuum? Pin your recipe if you're looking for it. So we've got keypad hacker. No, I managed to unpin it. There we go. Vacuum. So I want my energy bricks. So we want to get the stuff for making energy bricks. Let's just grab out a lot of our resources. Let's see what we can do. Vacuum. So I just need some more pieces. And we'll drop that in that way. Grab that out. Energy brick. I need to make a couple of these anyway. You will find that you're going to need loads of these as you progress through the game. Make a vacuum. We've not got space for it, but that's fine. Can start putting some of this junk away. Yoink. LCD screen is that. It's a computation brick, screws, and tech scrap, I think. Yeah. So we'll just get the ingredients for these as well. Just to keep them out of my slots. Computation brick is that, and that, I think. Yeah. Lovely. I suppose we ought to make some of the extra crafting benches too. I'm not intended on staying here very long, but again, it's not a bad place to set up because it's where all the sort of zones combine. I need an anvil. Let's chuck the bullets away. I'm not going to be using the bullets anytime soon. So make that wood, PSU, and scrap. Well, we'll make that first. Because the repair table is phenomenal, which lets you repair all your gear. Usually for relatively cheap components as opposed to like crafting it fresh. And can I make a plug strip PSU and some metal? Pop those, pop those. There will come a point where we don't have to faff about quite as much with the inventory, which is nice, but for now, not great. Right, and I'm going to plug that in there. I'm going to plug that into that, that into that, and that into that. So that is now powering both of these units, and we've got an extra socket as well, which is lovely. Cupboard's already radioactive. What do I need? I want to unpin recipes, and I want can make those now. That's very useful. I want to be able to make, where is it? It is the portable stove, so it'll be in cooking, won't it? Yeah. Scrap and a coil. So I'm actually not be able to do that straight away, which is a shame, but we'll live. And take the energy bricks, take the vacuum. This is going to make our job a lot easier. And what we're going to do, see, it has no battery. It's empty. It's dead. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here and I am going to charge this bad boy. Bwong, bing, bonk, bwong, bing, bonk, bwong. Yum, 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 yum. That is a lot of peas, sir. That's a bucket of poo. He's got nachos? What else has he got in there? Are they chocolate bars? Can I have some chocolate? Bong, 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 bong. Nah, it's fully charged. The vacuum is brilliant. Make it early. You will not regret it. If I can get it to a position where I can show you what it does. No, we can't get through this way. We need to go around the other way. Because we made that other power brick as well for a reason. So we'll hoover up some resources as well when we get the opportunities. But right now, I want to head through that security office section. This is another little spot. It's
Life at Gate can be demanding.
Just turn that off. It's annoying. This is a wonderful little base place. I've got that set up. Well, I have it set up on my personal world. And I might see if I can rework it this time round, like make it just a little bit more homely. But it's a good spot. We might live there. We're going to pop that power brick in here, which will activate this door, which means for some reason we can now open that door. It's just one-way lock, I guess. Now we can come back down this way. Oh, I forgot this is how we make the progress. So this is the alternative way to get upstairs. So you can see this leads back down to where Grayson is. Grayson's moved on. We've healed him up. He's now roaming the facility somewhere, just doing Grayson things. But we can come up to a very fun little spot. So we can do a little wiggle up here. We can't get through that door. But we've got a very strange room. Look at all that purple stuff. Got an Exor. Well, we've not seen one of them before. We've got a dead guy full of quills. Some iodine tablets. Any news? You've had those A2 samples for 2 weeks. What's the holdup? Sorry, Lenora. Yes, we think the intensity of the radiation over there is due to high entropy levels. Energy just dissipates faster. We're giving everyone iodine tablets to counteract the radiation from expeditions. There's a problem I can't quite figure out. The numbers don't add up. Even with the higher entropic quotient, there's excess energy coming through the gateways. Right, I'm taking the tablets too. The suit keeps most of it off, though. As for your gateway problem, tell Sergey. That's what he's for you. There, that's what he's there for. Please, copy me in on any updates. So it's just a picture of someone's laptop, loads of radiation, tablets. Been analysing the fluctuations from the last perforation with Swan. Looks like there's energy entering the system from somewhere else. We've discussed the parameters, Sasha. They're within bounds. That's why we run tests, to figure out what's happening over there. The housing is shielding properly, so you'll have to define what you're seeing. The only reason you have data is because Lenora went and got it. Don't forget whose neck is really on the line here. All of our necks are on the line, in the grandest sense. Lenora knows very well that I appreciate her work. Alright, Dr. Mans. Getting a bit shirty there. It's also another little, like, quite secure area, this bit. So we've got plenty of iodine, we've got some more resources. Cascade. Location 8 Antiverse 2. Take iodine. We return back to Cascade, apparently. Well, if they say take your iodine, we're going to take our iodine. That is something I would really recommend everybody do when they play this game, is remember to take your iodine. Because you will find yourself hideously irradiated if you don't. Antiverse wheat, lovely stuff. Use that to make some healing materials. And hey look, it's a smaller version of that guy we just saw splattered in the lift. God, low accuracy levels are awful. Like, look at the state of that. But a sneak attack, and I'm actually going to see if I can level up a little bit on my accuracy. Just keep moving sideways. They usually teleport, fire, then you do something, they then usually teleport. If you can stick them while they're charging, brilliant. If not, just keep moving. Did he just fall off the island? No, he's just being a dick, and of course I launched the bolt, and that's when he teleports, which means wasted ammunition. But yeah, the crossbow, because you've got to reload every shot, it's got about the same sort of reload experience that you would get with the guns. So it's a really, really good way of quickly generating reloading experience. Again, keep some distance, keep moving sideways. These guys aren't going to cause you too much grief. Would really, really recommend doing a full sweep of this map for as much wheat as you can carry. And actually, where did that Exor just die? There. Chop these guys up. You're going to take a few rads, but you've eaten your iodine tablets. And that's what we want. We want his heart. Because we should be able to use that for something pretty neat that will make our lives 1,000 times easier. We just made a discovery of an Exor monk, but we've not seen him. Because we've come up this little lift. I love the antiverses. Like, look at that. That is so gorgeous. It's awesome. Absolutely awesome. But you can see, there he is. He's milling about over there. We're going to grab some wheat. Keep grabbing the wheat because we can use that to make meds, and it's just free agriculture experience. Right, he's on his way back. Again, we are conspicuous, so if we face him, if he's facing us, he will see us very quickly. We're going to sort of sneak up behind him. We're not going to get a huge amount of XP, but we'll get some. You get some for landing the hit, but you do get more for just like actually sneaking. It's like less per tick, but more. Oh god, that was horribly off. Come on, mate. There we go.
Getting a bit
reloading too.
Hungry?
Yeah, we were talking earlier about how our food was getting a little bit lower, so you can see it is now getting a little bit more there. Level 1 accuracy, nice. So now we'll be a little bit less horrifically shaky at certain ranges. Come on, if this guy drops a heart, we'll be well away. Oh, make sure you grab your bolts and stuff if you can. Again, that's why the crossbow is brilliant. And we've got some bees here. Nothing we can do with them at the minute. We'll come back to those later. Bees are very, very helpful. But they'll kill us for the time being if we try and do anything with them.
Dr. Derek Mans reporting.
Got a little
Research
forklift.
Director, Gate Cascade.
So that's a little secret.
Antiverse 2 is an enigma.
It's
A
an
world
enigma.
made of worlds, each of them different, yet with similar life. We know a few certain facts. That energy moves more slowly there, making growth, evolution, and change a more gradual process. We know, too, that materials transplanted from Antiverse B to our own are energy dense. Biochemistry occurs much more rapidly.
Ooh.
But how did these creatures evolve? The presence of life, complex
life.
confounds everything we know about evolution. Was an external force involved? Only further study can tell us.
Yep. But also these are handy because we've got power sockets here, so if we wanted to base in here, we could do. I'm not going to because it is just radioactive. Especially in the early game, that's just going to kill me. What we got? We've got a gaseous nest. Take that. And there's always a pest here. If you're playing on a server, remember that the enemy spawns will either be tougher creatures, or more of them. So your solo sessions will genuinely just be easier because the monsters don't scale up as hard. So I think we head back to base. We've gathered some more materials. We've just popped through our first antiverse. I think... well, we'll see if there's anything else we need to get done when we get there. And then I think I might have to nip downstairs and see what's up with the dog, because she's having a little bit of a shout. I assume she just needs a wee. No, so that is another little session. We've got some more stuff. Can I make the upgrade? Or do I need... yeah, I need the 2 hearts. That's a shame. But that just makes it so that we don't have to actually have the stuff in our pockets, which is beautiful. But I think for now, we do a little gate dance. And I will love yous and leave yous. Once again, just want to say a massive, massive thank you to everyone who's come and hung out. If you do enjoy the content, give us a like and a subscribe. It does really, really help out with the algorithm. We do stream pretty regularly over on the Purple website, so if you do want to see us live, we tend to do Abiotic streams on the weekends, and I do stream some random other content here, there, and everywhere, so come and check us out. For now, I will ask you all to have a lovely, lovely afternoon, morning, evening, whatever it is for you, and I will catch you later.